Hello and welcome to episode number 39 of WITM Season 8. And we're going to be doing something a bit different than we originally advertised. Originally we had the NXT champion Tiger Brown taking on the leader of Chase University, Andre Chase, in a rivalry matchup. But right now we took that match off the card and we are going to have a promo segment that may reveal at least one WITM matchup that we'll be having in this episode, as well as what will happen next in the rivalry between the Falcon Claws and the Smile Society. For that, let's head into the ring for that segment. Okay, the leader of the NXT Falcon Claws, Cabbages, is in the ring. What does he have to say? Last week, finally, the NXT Falcon Claws got to face the Smile Society in a fair fight. And to no one's surprise to the Falcon Claws or anyone who supports us, we kicked their sorry asses. So Smile Society, finally, after months of you tormenting us and jumping us, it's the Falcon Claws who have the upper hand. Just want you to come on out here and take off those stupid masks, because your little game is over. Okay, the only unmasked member so far of the Smile Society, Cameron Grimes, has made his way to the ring. What's he yet to say in response to Cabbages? Cabbages, cabbages, cabbages. The game has just begun. Because you may have won the battle last time, but this, my friend, is a war. A war that doesn't end until every member of the NXT Falcon Claws is beaten, broken, and gone from NXT for good. So watch your back, because we're always in the shadows.
It's all about the game, and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it. All about your debt, and if you can pay it. It's all about pain, and who's gonna make it? I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am control, no way you can shake me.
Okay, the Chief Operating Officer of WWE, Triple H, has made his way to the ring. You know, when he appears, something big is about to happen. What is it going to be? Let's listen in. You know, Cameron and Cabbages, it's kind of funny how you mentioned war and games. Because this time of year, there's a little something that we like to do to settle heated rivalries such as this one between the NXT Falcon Claws and the Smile Society. And it goes a little something like this. War games. 2 WWE rings surrounded by a steel cage. 2 men enter to represent their teams, while their 3 teammates are locked inside of a smaller cage together. At random intervals, teammates are released, with the team with the War Games advantage having their members released first, and earning a 2-on-1, 3-on-2, and 4-on-3 advantage until 4 men from each side are inside the ring, and then War Games truly begins. The first team to enter to earn a pin or submission wins War Games, and next week, in a special edition of NXT, fittingly titled NXT War Games, it will be the NXT Falcon Claws versus the Smile Society in War Games. If the Falcon Claws win, the Smile Society's masked members will be forced to reveal themselves in 2 weeks, right here on NXT. But if the Smile Society wins, then all 4 members of the NXT Falcon Claws will be forced to leave NXT and vacate any held championships. And let me make one thing abundantly clear. Between now and then, there will be no more jump attacks or backstage brawls. And just to make sure that that doesn't happen, tonight, every member of the NXT Falcon Claws and the Smile Society will be in action against each other. Tonight, we will see the NXT Tag Team Champions Darth and Sword taking on Birdman and Grizzly. The NXT Champion Tiger Brown taking on Preacher. And last but not least, in our main event, the War Games advantage match between our 2 team captains at War Games. The Falcon Claws Cabbages versus the Smile Society's Cameron Grimes. The winner will earn the War Games advantage for their team next week, and the 2-on-1, 3-on-2, and 4-on-3 advantage to start the match next week prior to War Games officially beginning. So best of luck to both teams, and I'll see you at War Games. Alright, so a huge announcement from Triple H. Next week we will finally see the culmination of this rivalry between the NXT Falcon Claws and the Smile Society in War Games. Arguably the most brutal match that WWE has to offer. And this week on NXT we have 3 WITM matches to help build up to War Games, where every member of the NXT Falcon Claws will be taking on a member of the Smile Society and vice versa. We're going to kick things off with non-title action between the NXT Tag Team Champions, Sword and Darth of the Falcon Claws versus the masked members known as Grizzly and Birdman of the Smile Society. Then it will be the NXT Champion Tiger Brown in non-title action against the masked Smile Society member known as Preacher. And then in the main event, a match with major War Games implications. It will be the captain's match for the War Games advantage between the captain of the NXT Falcon Claws Cabbages and the captain of the Smile Society, Cameron Grimes, with the winner earning a 2-on-1, 3-on-2, and then 4-on-3 advantage for their team until all 8 men are in the ring and War Games officially begins next week. But first it is that tag team matchup between Sword and Darth, the NXT Tag Team Champions of the Falcon Claws, and the Smile Society's Grizzly and Birdman, who will help build up momentum for their team heading into War Games. Let's find out in our first of 3 WITM matches between the Falcon Claws and the Smile Society underway.
401 pounds.
Save some face. You know you've only got one. Change your ways while you're young. Boy, one day you'll be a man. Oh, girl, he'll help you understand. Smile like you mean it. Smile like you mean it. Looking back at sunsets on the east side.
And there's the battle. This match is underway. Sword gets things started off for the NXT Tag Team Champions and the NXT Falcon Claws. Grizzly gets things started off for the Smile Society. And Sword, after getting some early offense in, is going to already make a tag to the powerhouse Darth. But Grizzly is able to trick the legs and stop his momentum. Darth shows him aside. And shows him aside again, and they lock up. Grizzly forced on the ropes and a massive uppercut by Darth. Now they lock up. Grizzly forced into the Falcon Claw corner, but is able to get out. Sword gets a shot in to allow Darth to get back on the attack. And Grizzly planted into the canvas head first, sending his head into the yellow zone. Now an axe handle to the back of Grizzly. And as Grizzly heads outside to recover, Sword is going to be tagged back in. But Darth is not done attacking Grizzly. They're trying to use a numbers advantage here. And we have an all-out brawl, maybe an early preview of what to expect at War Games. And now Sword and Grizzly fighting in the ring. Snake Eyes to Grizzly. Grizzly seated in the Falcon Claw corner, but is able to get out with a boot. And a drop kick sends Sword down to the canvas. And a stomp by Grizzly. Grizzly with a big boot to the chest. And in comes Birdman for his first action of this match. But Sword with a spear to the ankles takes Birdman down to the canvas. And yet another tag for the Falcon Claws. Darth comes in. Darth misses with a clothesline. That gives Birdman an opening. He hits a suplex. Birdman goes into mounted punches. And a massive clothesline by Birdman, showing off some power of his own. Irish whip into the ropes. Darth with a power slam. And a drop kick to the back. Birdman heads to the outside. Darth goes over the top rope with a tope suicida. And heads back inside the ring where he turns attention to Grizzly. And now back to Birdman. Elbow strike to the back. And a clothesline in the corner. Darth goes for cover. And Birdman is there to make the save at 1. In comes Sword. Birdman trying to make the tag, but stopped by Sword. But he evades the clothesline. Sword with a kick to the gut. Irish whip to the ropes. Backbreaker by Sword. Irish whip to the corner. Sword with a drop kick to the head. And now Birdman forced him to the Falcon Claw corner, and comes Darth for a double team attack. Gut punch connects. Darth was thinking firm handshake, but countered. And now a code breaker from the front. Darth, barely phased, heads outside and taunts his opponents as Grizzly tagged in. But Darth is spiked head first into the edge of the apron. And now some fighting on the outside between Grizzly and Darth, with Grizzly doing some damage on the outside. He hits a massive elbow. And the kick. Grizzly sent to the barricade. Elbow strike by Grizzly. Darth with a massive swinging neck breaker. We're at a count of 7. Will we see this match end via count out? Grizzly back to the ring, as is Darth, and Birdman is tagged in. Darth wasting no time. Tombstone lung blower connects. Darth goes for cover. And somehow this match continues. Sword had Birdman distracted enough for that to end the matchup, but he gets out under his own power as the NXT universe loving this match, chanting tag team wrestling. Grizzly is going to miss an uppercut. Darth has him up on his shoulders and hits the snake eyes on the top turnbuckle. And now a knee to the head of a seated Birdman. Ash up into the corner. Darth again thinking firm handshake, but countered. Birdman now working the arm of Darth, trying to neutralize some of his power. Roundhouse kick by Birdman. Grizzly to the top rope for a double team attack. And that connects. As Darth is sent tumbling outside, they turn their attention to Sword, whose head is spiked into the edge of the apron. And now with Sword down, they'll try to double team Darth. Darth holding his own right now. Snake eyes onto the edge of the apron, but a kip up. Darth sent back into the ring. And now repeatedly sending Grizzly into his knee. Sword tagged in. Goes for a spear to the legs, but evaded. Suplex connects by Grizzly. Sword sent to the outside as Grizzly taunts. And now a series of gut punches. Sword hits an enziguri. And goes for a finisher, but it's evaded. That might have ended the matchup had it connected. Kip up by Sword, a huge roundhouse. Sword outstripped into the ropes. They collide. Sword sent to the Smile Society corner. Birdman tagged in. Sword lifted up onto the shoulders and knocked off of them by Birdman and sent to the outside. Birdman suicide dive through the middle rope. And now more fighting on the outside. Sword with an elbow. And now repeated knees to the gut. Birdman back to the ring. Will the Small Society be content to try to win via count out? Sword and Grizzly now fighting on the outside. Meanwhile, Darth and Birdman are fighting. Sword back to the ring. Falcon Claws might be going for a count-out win here. Oh, sorry, I thought Grizzly was the legal man. Apparently it is Birdman who is already in the ring. And he goes in the amount of punches, but countered by Sword, who does some amount of punches of his own. Darth tagged in. And he's thinking Tombstone Lung Blower. It connects. Darth goes for cover, I believe. Or no, he's back to the ring to break it up at 1. I thought Darth had a free chance there to make the pin without any interference. Now Darth going for a handshake. It connects. Suplex connects. And now, massive opportunity. With one man down, he hits a Tombstone Lung Blower on the other. He should be able to make this pin without any interference. And he gets it and wins the match for the NXT Falcon Claws. They gain some momentum heading in to War Games. Okay, so the first of 3 WITM matches pitting the NXT Falcon Claws against the Smile Society goes in favor of the NXT Falcon Claws. How will the second match goes? We have our first of 2 singles matches between members of the NXT Falcon Claws and members of the Smile Society, and it will be the NXT Champion Tiger Brown in non-title action against the masked Smile Society member known as Preacher, who will gain some more momentum for their side. Will it remain in favor of the NXT Falcon Claws, or will things turn in favor of the Smile Society? Let's find out in our second of 3 WITM matches.
Waiting your turn, you might have time to speak. There barely was a lesson learned. Didn't return no favors back to me. I'm sure it tasted oh so sweet, but it was never good enough for me. I bit the tongue behind my teeth. It was never good enough for me. You say you always keep your word. Show me what you're after. I thought you promised me the world. Tell me what you're after. Go on and take it way too far. 'Cause here we are, waiting once again. You say you always keep your word. Show me what you're after, just a little faster. Am I the only eyes that see? So steadily this cut and dry routine. Even when you're by my side, I still need time to feel the company. I'm sure it tasted oh so sweet, but it was never good enough for me. I bit the tongue.
This guy is ready for a fight. And his opponent, from wherever he wants, weighing in at 249 pounds, the Superstar.
Save some face. You know you've only got one. Change your ways while you're young. Boy,
And there's the bell. Our second of 3 WITM matches pitching the NXT Falcon Claws versus the Smile Society is underway. You can see Preacher already a little bit banged up from last week's 4-on-4 matchup, so it could very well be advantage Tiger Brown here, and he's getting a hot start early on. Tiger Brown with a massive cutter from the top rope. Great athleticism shown by Tiger, and there's Preacher getting his first offense, and a DDT is going to send Tiger to the outside, and now they're chasing each other around on the outside. Tiger with a reversal. And now Tiger. Massive clothesline by Preacher, sending the head of Tiger into the ring apron. Tiger's going to miss with a drop kick there, and Preacher with a DDT. Preacher blocking the strike of Tiger Brown. And now Preacher sent feet first into the outside. And again is going to send a second attack is going to send Preacher down. Preacher taunting as Tiger heads back to the outside. You can tell in these, just in the match and a half we've had so far, these teams cannot stand each other, and War Games next week is going to be a brutal affair, I am sure, where just about anything will go and weapons will be in play. Preacher suffered a lot of damage. Tiger showing off a little bit as he hits that enziguri, but it's only going to be good for a 1 count. Now Tiger working the arm a little bit and now hitting a knee. Tiger showing some power to go with that athleticism. And plants Preacher behind him. Now Preacher forced up. Tiger with a power bomb. And Tiger's not done. He sends Preacher head first into the canvas. Preacher trying to get to his feet. Tiger behind him, stalking and taunting a little bit. Tiger with a massive suplex launching Preacher across the ring, and now Tiger. Tope Suicida. Tiger just destroying Preacher right now. You have to wonder what kind of condition Preacher is going to be in heading into War Games, and if that would prove costly to the Smile Society. Preacher already carrying an injury into this match with now 2 body parts in the red zone as Tigers continues to absolutely pummel Preacher. Preacher sent back to the ring. Tiger showing why he's NXT champion here, and now looking to take flight, but the diving elbow is evaded by Preacher. Tiger goes for a regular elbow inside the ring, and that's not quite, not quite going to work out, as Preacher finally starts to get some offense and attempt to turn momentum in his favor. Doing his first significant damage of this match, Tiger's head in the yellow zone. DDT by Preacher. Now Preacher. Again, sending Tiger down the canvas. There's a stomp. Preacher locks in a submission. And Tiger is going to break out of it and hit a drop kick. Preacher forced up. Tiger looking to take flight once again. Will connect this time. Yes, 450 splash, stunning Preacher. And somehow Preacher powers out at 2. Tiger in shock. NXT Universe loving this match, chanting fight forever. But Tiger doesn't want to fight forever. He wants to end this matchup now. But this time Preacher evades the 450 splash and earns a finisher of his own. Tiger with a nice reversal. Suplex connects. Reversal by Preacher. And another strike. Preacher now has 2 finishers. If those hit, that could easily change momentum in favor of Preacher, maybe even win him the match. And he's going for a cover here. And he gets a near fall. 2 count in favor of Preacher. Irish whip. Preacher with a backbreaker. DDT sending Tiger's head into the orange zone. For the first time in this matchup, momentum might be in favor of Preacher. Tiger trying to get to his feet. Preacher raking the back of Tiger. Tiger fighting him off with elbow strikes. Neckbreaker by Preacher. Tiger sitting to the entrance ramp at this point. With how far they are away from the ring, we may see this match end without a winner by disqualification. Or a countout victor. Suplex by Preacher at the top of the by Tiger rather, at the top of the entrance ramp. Tiger's gonna head back to the ring and perhaps try to go for a count out win here. Preacher trying to make it back to the ring. And does at count of 8, as Tiger did a little bit of taunting, as he loves to do. Preacher with a choke slam, and he has 3 finishers now. And does some taunting of his own. Stopped by Preacher, and another. Knee to the head of Tiger. And now Preacher trying to neutralize some of that agility. And he's going to go for his first of 3 finishers. Submission locked in. Good position center ring, but Tiger is able to break the hold. Can he gain momentum back into his favor? He hits Enziguri from the back. There's a right from Tiger. And a signature maneuver, stunning Preacher. And now Tiger not done, looking for a finisher. It connects. Tiger goes for cover. And it was a good back and forth matchup, but Tiger is going to keep momentum in favor of the NXT Falcon Claws with this win. Okay, so far it has been an advantage. NXT Falcon Claws with them winning the first of 2 of 3 WITM matches tonight, pitting NXT Falcon Claws versus Smile Society members. But all of that momentum means nothing if this main event does not go in favor of the NXT Falcon Claws, because it is the captain's match, the War Games advantage match in the main event, where the winner will earn the War Games advantage for their team, meaning that at the beginning of War Games, before War Games eventually begins, members of their team will be released first, meaning at random intervals, meaning that the team with the advantage will have a 2-on-1 advantage at one point, and then eventually a 3-on-2 advantage, and then eventually a 4-on-3 advantage until all 8 men are in the ring and War Games officially begins. Will CAWs secure that advantage for the NXT Falcon Claws and keep momentum in their favor, or will momentum shift completely in favor of the Smile Society? That will happen if Cameron Grimes gets the win tonight and earns the War Games advantage for the Smile Society. Who's it going to be in this huge main event? It's a War Games captain's match for War Game Advantage. Cabbages versus Cameron Grimes in the main event. Let's get that huge main event with major War Games implications underway.
Rotten cabbages? What kind of slum do you think this is?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Asgard, weighing in at 215 pounds, KBG.
This place is worse than Omashu! 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 Cabbages! Oh, my cabbages! Oh, my cabbages! Oh, my cabbages! My cabbages! My cabbages! My cabbages! My cabbages! You're gonna pay for this! Pay for this! Pay for this!
Keep smiling.
My cabbages!
And his opponent, from Burlington, North Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, Cameron
Save some face. You know you've only got one. Change your ways while you're young. Boy, one day you'll be a man. He'll help you understand. Smile like you mean it. Smile like you mean it. Looking back at sunsets on the east side, we lost track of the time. Dreams are what
And the NXT Universe is excited for this match as the bell has rung. This match is underway for War Games Advantage between the two captains. Captain Cabbages, the leader of the NXT Falcon Claws, and the one unmatched member of the Small Society, and their captain, Cameron Grimes, looking to gain a huge advantage for their side at War Games next week. And they collide in the center. Cabbages going for a huge cutter, but Grimes gets the arm drag. Cabbages on the attack, but Grimes reverses and takes out the back of the leg. Grimes goes for a drop kick, evaded by Cabbages. Cabbages hits the drop kick off the springboard, and now a DDT. And reversal by Grimes. Irish whip. Drop down by Grimes and a suplex into a cover. Does Grimes earn the advantage for Small Society? No. Cabbages breaks out at one. There's a big boot to the head of Cabbages. Now reversal by Cabbages. Grimes trips the leg. Stomp to the back of Cabbages. And now the hand of Cabbages pinned down as Grimes stomps away at the fingers. Reversal by Cabbages. Reversal by Grimes. Cabbages with a gut kick, and now going springboard and hits the springboard DDT, sending Grimes his head into the yellow zone. Cabbages has a finisher built up as well, and wastes no time in using it. There's the green mist and the punt kick. Cabbages goes for cover. Grimes powers out at 2 to keep the Smile Society's hopes alive for the War Games advantage. NXT Universe chanting "Fight Forever," loving this matchup. Grimes leaps over Cabbages, but Cabbages going for a backbreaker. Grimes reverses and has a finisher built up. Grimes picks up Cabbages and sends him into the turnbuckle and then tosses him across the ring. Cabbages forced up. Grimes trying to build up some momentum here. Perhaps going for finisher and does. That connects. Cabbages stunned. Does the Smile Society get the War Games advantage? They nearly do, but Cabbages powers out at 2. Grimes showing some frustration. Cabbages evades the stomp. Goes for another cutter. Evaded by Grimes. Now they lock up. Cabbages eye-shops Grimes into the corner. He goes for the firm handshake. That's evaded by Grimes. Grimes sends Cabbages into the canvas. Cabbages trips the leg. Both men have body parts in the orange zone now. Cabbages with a stomp. And a knee to the head. With a stomp to the back. Grimes is busted open. Grimes reversed. Cabbages with a series of leg kicks. There's a left by Cabbages sending Grimes onto the ropes, but Grimes with a reverse sends Cabbages over the ropes. And now a stomp to the arm. Reversal by Cabbages. And now attacking the leg. And again attacking the leg. Grimes' bloodied head now in the red zone. As Cabbages attacks the leg and sends his legs into the yellow zone. Grimes stunned. And a stomp by Cabbages. Cabbages just laying waste to Grimes on the outside. Momentum in his favor after Grimes had a good start to the matchup. Grimes sent headfirst into the thin padding outside the ring. But now Grimes finally reversing and now taunting a bit. For a count of 7, Grimes sent back to the ring. Cabbages looking to take flight. Diving elbow drop connects. Grimes his body down the yellow zone. Cabbages goes into mounted punches. Reversal by Grimes. Reversal by Cabbages. Cabbages looking for the green mist. It just hits. That might win the War Games advantage for the Falcon Claws. Green mist connects. Punt kick to the bloody head of Grimes connects. Grimes stunned. Cabbages goes for cover. And the Falcon Claws get the clean sweep of the night. And most importantly, they have the advantage at War Games.
Rotten cabbages? What kind of slum do you think this is?
Here's your winner,
This place is worse than Omashu! Omashu! Cabbages!
Okay, and here is your results and rankings update for this edition of NXT. In the opening matchup, Kaden Carter defeated one half of the NXT Women's Champions, Valentina Feroz. Then Grayson Waller defeated Von Wagner. And then in our first of 3 WITM matchup, pitting members of the NXT Falcon Claws versus members of the Smile Society, Sword and Darth, the NXT Tag Team Champions, defeated Grizzly and Birdman in non-title action. Then also non-title action, Tiger Brown defeated Preacher of the Smile Society. And the main event in the War Games Captains match for the War Games advantage at NXT War Games next week in the War Games matchup. It was Cabbages completing the clean sweep tonight for the NXT Falcon Claws and securing the War Games advantage for the NXT Falcon Claws, meaning that at one point in the matchup before War Games officially begins, there will be 2 Falcon Claws taking on 1 member of the Smile Society, 3 Falcon Claws taking on 2 members of the Smile Society, and 4 Falcon Claws taking on 3 members of the Smile Society. Advantage Falcon Claws, but will that be the difference at NXT War Games? We'll have to wait to see next week. For now, it's time to see how the rankings look for NXT. The NXT Women's Tag Team Champions are Valentina Feroz and Alyssa Leon. Number contenders Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Number 2, Toxic Attraction. The NXT Women's Champion is Blair Davenport. Number contender Roxanne Perez. Number 2, Ariana Grace. Number 3, Mandy Rose. Number 4, Nikita Lyons. Number 5, Cora Jade. Number 6, Lash Legend. Number 7, Alba Fire. Number 8, Miko Satomura. Number 9, Tiffany Stratton. Number 10, Indy Hartwell. Number 11, Fallon Henley. Number 12, Taya Hale. Number 13, Tatum Paxley. Number 14, Ivy Nile. Number 15, Wendy Chu. And number 16, Zoe Stark. The NXT Tag Team Champions are Darth and Sword of the NXT Falcon Claws. Number contenders, the Creed Brothers. Number 2, Pretty Deadly. Number 3, Gallus. Number 4, Jensen and Briggs. Number 5, Anofe and Blade. Number 6, Birdman and Grizzly. The NXT North American Champion is Axiom. Number contender, Cabbages. Number 2, Wes Lee. Number 3, Grayson Waller. Number 4, Trick Williams. Number 5, Damon Kemp. Number 6, Nathan Frazier. Number 7, Von Wagner. The NXT Champion is Tiger Brown. Number contender, Ilya Dragunov. Number 2, Carmelo Hayes. Number 3, Braun Breaker. Number 4, Apollo Crews. Number 5, Joe Gacy. Number 6, Duke Hudson. Number 7, Tyler Bate. Number 8, Tony D'Angelo. Number 9, J.D. McDonough. Number 10, Andre Chase. Number 11, Cameron Grimes. So now we advance to main event, the minor show for both Raw and NXT. Will we see any WITM matches on that card? We can go ahead and find out now on screen because it is a minor show. And we have Queen Alpaca in her first action in quite some time. She's going to be teaming up with Doudrop to take on Io Sky and Dakota Kai of Damage Control. And also in the main event, we will see Corey, the leader of the Raw Falcon Claws, taking on Mustafa Ali. So 2 WITM matches on main event. Queen Alpaca returning to action in women's tag team action. And Corey taking on Mustafa Ali, taking a little break from his rivalry with the Judgment Day and Adam Pearce. But that is going to do it for episode number 39. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss a single moment of WITM action until episode number 40 where Queen Alpaca returns to action, teaming with Doudrop to take on Io Sky and Dakota Kai, and Corey takes a break from his Judgment Day and Adam Pearce rivalry to take on Mustafa Ali. This is Corey with WITM CAW Wrestling, signing off.